Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Martin. Martin is from London in the UK. So let's see what Martin has to say. Enjoy the interview.
Good to
Amazing.
meet you.
Hello, Martin. How are you?
Yeah, all right. Good to meet you.
You too.
Yeah, yeah. You do quite well on Instagram, it seems. You
So,
know?
how was your weekend?
Yeah, it was good. Went to a gig yesterday. Got smashed in the back of my head because me and my friend, we was there was a mosh pit around us, and then so I had to get her out through maybe 700 people to get her to the side because it was at Wembley Arena and it was sold
Uh,
out. So yeah, it was pretty crazy, but it was good. I'm all right now. I'm made of hard stuff. You see, I'm made of harder stuff for all that. So, but yeah, it was a good show. Yeah, it was really good. I don't know if you know the Damned, the punk band, the
no,
Damned. Do
but
you know them?
I was checking your profile. I could see you put some stories, some pictures. I could see it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, it was a good night, and it's one of those things. I'm getting old. I can't get into the mosh pit things anymore. That's not me anymore. So there you
Tell me
go.
where are you from, Martin?
I'm from Southeast London.
Southeast London.
Yeah.
Born and raised?
Yes.
Wow. So tell me, what was the biggest joy of growing up in Southeast London?
The joy of it. I'm not sure about the joy of it. I don't know. It's just home, and it's difficult really to work out about the growing up thing, but yeah, it's kind of volatile, I suppose, at times, and like a lot of London is. But yeah, it's home, and it's got maybe some, well, it's got some history here, yeah, as well, so that's always good.
And
Yeah.
what do you like the most about living in London?
I don't, because it's too much money. But yeah, I mean, London's just. One side of London I really love, the other side of London I absolutely like detest, So there's like two sides to London, It's one of those places, it just day by day, But as in the history side of London, yeah, it's great, It's you wouldn't want to be anywhere else, I suppose. So
I see. So let's start the interview talking about your career as a film director, a writer, and also a composer. Yeah. So
yeah.
tell me how everything started.
God, I'm a musician, and it started with someone contacting me, wanted to make a video for a track, and then we did, and then we went on and made a couple of films, and
Mm-hmm.
I met a lot of people through this guy, including Nikolai Cornham, who I work with now, and including Karina Jane, who's
Wow.
the star of the new film Beyond Mamushi. So yeah, I met a lot of people that are dear friends now and people that I work with as well. So, great. It was kind of it's been a long 16 years,
I,
of doing it, but yeah, it's been hard. It's been hard, but it's been fun at the same time, So, but that's how it started. Yeah, it started with someone contacting me
wow.
for a video and just kind of escalated or snowballed from there.
Amazing. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey, okay?
Cool.
But before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Really? Okay. Um, I don't know, really. People that know me really well probably know some things about me, but I don't know. I
Something
really like,
interesting about yourself. Tell me something
well,
interesting.
I kind of like drawing, and that's the first thing I did when I was a kid. So
Uh-huh.
drawing's one of my first loves, which I don't keep up with because I'm just too busy doing other things like films and music and working and stuff. But yeah, I love films and I really love natural history. So I grew
Mm-hmm.
up loving natural history. So I really like that. as well, you know. So there's kind of two things that maybe people maybe wouldn't know that I'm really passionate about, and I still like to try and do. And it, read up on natural history still, and I'm still kind of thinking about getting back into drawing, you know, which would be really nice.
Amazing. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Oh my God, that's kind of scary. You don't want to go through my memories.
Welcome to William and the Magic
Yeah,
Box.
exactly. It's
So
scary.
I have my best friend. Full of random questions. So
All
what I'm
right.
going to do, I'm just gonna play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Okay. Oh my God.
Let's do it. Right, before I start the interview, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
All right.
Amazing. First question is, what is the most beautiful thing someone has ever said to you?
Probably that they hate me.
Oh,
There's nothing wrong with that. At least they're being truthful. Come on. At least they're being truthful. Um, oh, I don't know really. That's very, very difficult to answer that question. You know, there's been so many circumstances and instances through my kind of life. I don't know, you know. Maybe my mum and dad saying they're really proud of me in what I'm doing. That's the number one beautiful thing.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
What has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from your parents?
Um, just to keep going, you know, to be kind of resilient, even though they don't say that to me, but it's just they are, and they
Hmm.
keep going and they're resilient and they're a big inspiration. So it's like me carrying that on, you know, through hard times and just pulling myself through somehow. Yeah, it's, you know, no choice, you know, you got to do it.
And which person in your life right now you feel more close to or more connected with?
There's not particularly one person. There's lots of people that I'm really close to that are dear friends of mine.
Hmm?
Dear friends of mine on the film, you know, like Karina's a dear friend of mine, you know, and Nikolai is a dear friend of mine, Kathy is, but they all are, all the people are, you know, like, so it's very difficult. It's very difficult, you know, to pick anybody. But I have lots of close friends that I really love, and you know, so it's not really one
Hmm.
specific person because that would be doing them a disservice, you know, because everybody that I'm close to that's close to me, amazing, exceptional human beings, yeah.
Okay, so those ones you mentioned right now, they're watching this interview and you have opportunity to send them a message. What would you say? They're watching.
Um, I don't. A message to all them. I just love them. You know, I love them, and that's it. Yeah, I can't say any more than that. I love them. They're great people.
Sweet, very sweet. Next question, let's do it.
You're insane. Oh God.
Okay, next question is, what makes you really angry?
What makes me really angry? Again, so many things. You know, it's very difficult. But I've calmed down in my older age. Some people will say I haven't. Some people say I have. I'm very protective over the people I love and the
Uh-huh.
people that I work with on the films. Very protective of those people. But yeah, lots of different things. I think just ignorance, you know, and
Mhm.
bad manners and stuff like that. I just don't like that kind of thing at all. You know, there's a time and a place for jokes and stuff to have a laugh, but when people are just like pulling this stuff and just to be clever, no, I don't really like that kind of thing at all, you know. And I don't know. There's so many things. It's very
And
difficult again to narrow one down.
and what makes you the happiest?
What makes me the happiest? I think in when I'm kind of with my family or when I'm sitting writing on the computer, you know, kind of films or listening to music and playing music and making films. All those things make me really happy. And watching films
Hmm.
on a DVD or going to the cinema with friends or my brother, yeah, that's all kind of, as they say, happy time. That's this word they use. Yeah.
Do you believe that happiness is a choice?
Um. Yeah. Yeah. I suppose it is. Yeah. You kind of you would choose that. Yeah. But there is circumstances in life where that would be a big boulder in front of that, and it would be very difficult to
Hmm.
kind of to scale the hurdle, so to speak, and to get over it. Depending on people's circumstances, the hurdle gets higher and higher and higher. So some people just can't scale them and they destroy themselves because of that and many other things, which is very sad. But, you know, we've lost people through other people's carelessness as well. So there's that as well. So, happiness is a very difficult thing at times as well. But I suppose you do choose it in a way, in a very strange way. Again, depending on the person, because everybody's unique. So it's
Totally.
very difficult. Was you a doctor before, by the way? Because you come over quite like a doctor. Because it's very, or like a psychiatrist. One of these people.
Maybe somewhere in my heart or in my
Is that
mind.
what it is? Okay. I was wondering if you was a psychiatrist masquerading as an Instagram dude. Wasn't sure, but that's all right.
Next question. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, tell me what's the biggest joy of being an artist, in the film industry and also in the music industry? What do you like the most about it?
I wouldn't say I'm in the film industry. I'll say I'm on in the kind of peripheral
Okay.
edge of all that. So I'm kind of looking in, I suppose, to a point. But I don't know. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. Music's not so much at all, but because I can just make music right here in my room. But
Huh?
film's different because it requires vast amount of money,
Mm-hmm.
which I work for, and it requires locations, which are a pain to actually get. They're the two difficult things. So apart from that, the hard work is great. Apart from those two things,
Wow.
because they really are ball ache. But it's just the way it goes. It's just it's just difficult. But yeah, all this stuff gives me joy in some sort of way. So there is that. But it's got its sides to it that can be extremely aggravating. But you have to go through that to create something really good.
Totally.
If it was easy, you probably produce something pretty, you know. So you have to kind of go through all this kind of rigmarole of stuff to get there. Finally finish the journey, and you've got this film, and it's like, thank
Wow.
fuck for that. You
And
know.
what's the big inspiration for you to write your music?
Um, I did have it down here, but I was going to pull it out actually, this record. But I think when I bought my parents bought me the original Star Wars soundtrack when in 1978, when I was 8, and took me to see the film, and it kind of changed my life. It did change my life, and
Wow.
so that kind of started me on the road to music and film music. Even as an 8-year-old, I was listening to it every single day, all day when I got
Wow.
home from school, and weekends. So yeah, that was I think still. John Williams and people like that, and classical music, and that still is it's a massive inspiration, that music. And
Wow.
I was only playing 2 film music albums this morning, and again, it's just there's nothing like it, a film soundtrack, listening to it. So I like listening to other film soundtracks and stuff like that. So it definitely inspires me. And
Wow.
the scripts I write inspire me to write
Mm-hmm.
the music for it, because I compose the music for
Right.
my own films. So, as I'm going along writing, the music's going along with it as well.
Right.
So that's an inspiration as well. And the people in the films, they inspire me. whoever they are, in feature films or Mamushi. I was writing around Karina and Gary's characters, then Gemma and Stephen and Kathy, and so I was writing around everybody in my kind of mind, in the film, and that's kind of that's how I do it, yeah, from film to film.
Amazing. Next question is, what's the best and the worst of being yourself?
Um, the best thing about being myself, never I've been asked this question before. So ludicrous. No offense, but just, it's a great question, but for me it's ludicrous. Um, that I kind of can do these things, I suppose. Like
Uh-huh.
make these things and create these things. And yeah, I suppose the best thing about myself is having so many really, really good friends and a great family. Again, that's the number one thing before the art, and
Wow.
the art or the work, as I call it, which other people call it the art, I call it the work. Um, that's secondary, but I'm still really grateful I can do these things. And I'm a drummer. I'm grateful that I've got the ability to play these instruments and piano and stuff like that. So, um, the worst thing about being myself is I can be quite impatient. Um, I get aggravated quite quickly, but not, not in front of friends really, just generally. And I worry a lot, maybe. I worry about a lot. I have a lot of future tense worries and stuff like that. So yeah, all these kind of things, yeah, are I suppose the negatives of me, yeah.
What would be the title of your memoir one day?
Um, the peripheral filmmaker will probably what it
Amazing.
will be. Yeah, like the guy who was standing on the edge all the time, but maybe not too scared to jump in. Just didn't have the fucking money to
Wow.
jump in the first place. That's probably what it is. But yeah, the peripheral filmmaker, I kind of like that. Unless anybody's used that, but I probably highly doubt it, anybody's going to be that truthful about themselves, but that's what it will be. And you'll
Amazing.
be in it. You'll be in it. I'll make sure I'll put you in there somewhere.
Great.
Like,
Amazing.
yeah. Yeah, I met this psychiatrist dude who's an Instagram guy. Like, he was really nice.
Oh, sweet. Thank you very much. Three questions left. Let's do it. For the next question, tell me three names of three big artists in the music industry that you always be inspired by. Three names.
Two or three names, did you say?
Three.
Three. Kate Bush would be the first,
Okay.
because she's my kind of number one inspiration and love in the music industry. Loved her since I was a child, and that's never changed, and it will never change. And she's never made a bad song. And saw her live in 2014, and it was just one of the greatest nights of my life. It was just moved to tears. Amazing. Um, Second inspiration. I'd have to say John Williams, yeah. I'd have to say John Williams, like, because the stuff that he's made, Star Wars or Superman and, just Jaws and stuff, just unbelievable, what that guy can do. And he done these all within a few years in the
Yeah.
1970s. And that body of work at that point, it's just absolutely unbelievable that someone could make something that you just can't beat that kind of stuff, honestly. You really can't. Hans Zimmer's great. He's really good, but John Williams, the greatest at that stuff. The third, I don't know. Probably Miles Davis. I'm
Okay.
looking at his portrait above me in my room.
Wow.
Because Miles Davis got into kind of quite late, maybe in 1989, and I bought an album called A Tribute to Jack Johnson, the Jack Johnson
Okay.
famous boxer, and phenomenal record, just absolutely unbelievable record. It's only two tracks, one track aside. And
Wow.
then I started to collect more Miles. Saw Miles his last London gig at the Royal Festival Hall. And yeah, for me, his body of work and what he did with music, with jazz, astonishing, absolutely unbelievable. So they're the three, but very difficult to
Wow.
pick three, yeah.
Okay, now the question is gonna be a bit tougher now. Let's pretend that they're still with us. I know Kate Bush is still with us. The other two, they're still with us as well, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay. One day, you're gonna wake up in the morning having three missed calls on your phone from those three you just mentioned right now.
yeah.
Which one you're gonna call back straight away? Which one you're gonna send a message? I call you back later. And the third one, you don't call back, just ignore them for now.
Kate Bush would have been the one I'd call back straight away.
I knew it.
Yeah. The second one, John Williams. I'd say I'd swap those round. So Miles Davis would be second, John Williams would be third. In the way you did that, yeah, I'd swap that around. Yeah, yeah,
Tough one, yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's no other way of doing that. But Miles could be number one. John Williams could be number one. Very difficult. But Kate just pips them to the post there. She just pips them to the post because you can't beat someone like Kate Bush. She's the greatest.
Tell me three favorite songs of Kate Bush.
Um, In Search of Peter Pan,
Okay?
from an album called Lionheart from 1979. God, it's quite difficult actually. It's very difficult. Ode to Be in Love, which is from The Kick Inside from 1978.
Okay?
It's an amazing track, this is so good. And I'd have to be cheeky here and pick the whole of a track of the whole of side two of The Hounds of Love, which came out in 1985, called The
Oh,
Ninth Wave. So that's one side of a record, but it's a kind of a whole piece, a whole concept. So I'd pick that because it's so groundbreaking.
amazing.
So those are
Okay.
the three, yeah.
Next question is, what is the most beautiful thing someone has ever done for you?
Ever done for me? I'd have to be really kind of cheesy here and say my mum for like bringing me into this world.
Oh,
I'd have to say that. There'd be no, I mean, what else could I say? I know it sounds a bit like rubbish saying that,
no?
but I can't leave that out. If I say anything over that, it won't be right. It won't be right. And, you know, my mum lost a child before I was born, like my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Died. So, and my brother was born before. My brother's 8 years older. My brother's alive and well and with us, greatly enough. But so yeah, because the hardship my mum went through in the 60s and the grief she went through and the problems and what she had to go through and really, really, really difficult. And
Oh,
anybody with children would understand, especially what she's gone through. Yeah, I'm really grateful to her and my dad. It's just, I'm just so grateful to my parents. I really, really am.
I think we have people around us, that we love, that we care, people that care about us, and
Yeah,
all gonna be there. However, our mom, there is something beautiful, a connection between us and our mom that
yeah,
we don't have with anybody else. That's for sure.
exactly. Exactly. So,
Yeah,
yeah, that will be very, very, very true.
beautiful. Two questions left. Let's do it. You like dancing?
Yeah, I haven't danced for years. Yeah, I haven't done like my feet hurt. I can't do that. My feet hurt. I'm kind of 56. Come on.
You're so young.
Oh, it's
Right.
good. Checks in the post.
Next question is, which question you wouldn't have an answer for?
The question that I don't have an answer for is the question that doesn't make any sense.
For example, this one. I'm joking.
Could be anything, couldn't it? Yeah, it's
I
the
like your
census question requires the kind of nada answer.
answer.
Yeah.
When you think about life, what's the meaning of life for you, Martin?
Um, I haven't found it yet. It's like I think it's like the infinity complex where there's no edge. Like infinity, there's no edge, you see?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I think that's what it is. I think we're always kind of running towards it, but we never really find it, you know? But we think we're going to find it, but we actually don't. And even when we do, it's not the meaning of life. It's just our kind of perception of it, but it's not really what it's all
Oh,
about, you know? So I don't think so. But again, like a lot of your great questions, everybody's different. So there's a lot
yeah,
of antithesis to your questions because it could be this way or it could be that way, you know.
totally.
So it's very, very interesting, you know. That is totally.
Totally. And I think there are not right or wrong. It's just different ways of, seeing the world or seeing questions or answer questions. There's no right or wrong. It's just the way you approach it. And that's it. Yeah.
That's right. That's very good.
Last question. Let's do it.
Okay.
Before the last question, tell me a moment in your career that so far you're never gonna forget. Could be anything that, as a musician, work with movie industry or composer, writing, could be anything that for you so far you go like, you know what, I will hold these moments to my heart, close to my heart.
Right at this moment, probably the film I've just made. Um, that means the world to me, and
Wow.
yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm most grateful for at the moment. But it will
Mhm.
change, you know. It will go to the next film if I get the chance to make another film, and it would probably be that film. So it's just, you know, it's an ongoing process. But at the moment, yeah, it's Beyond Mamushi.
Wow. What's the name again?
Beyond Mamushi.
And what's the story behind, if you can share?
The story is a young couple and they are getting on really well and they move into a new property
Mhm.
and yeah, things kind of change. Um, and he's quite very, not quite, he's very psychologically abusive towards her.
Wow.
Um, and they move into a property that a psychiatrist used to own. And no, I'm not going to say any more than
Good,
that.
good.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
so she kind of tries to find her way out of the complete and utter kind of she's in, um, and there is no easy way out. So she
mhm.
finds other ways. Possibly she finds other ways of getting out of this, you know. So, but that's all I can say. I'm very difficult at kind of elaborating on what I've done because it kind of spoils it, you know, for people. I rather kind of put people in front and say, watch this. And they're more kind of blown away that way, other than having this kind of preconception, maybe, I suppose, if that's the word.
I see. All
Yeah.
right. Last question is, what's your favorite weekend activity?
Um, Listening to music, I just love listening to music. I
Mhm.
really like it, and I like relaxing to music and just kind of writing stuff or emails or speak to friends or yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I love music, you know. I'm just obsessed by music. So
Me too. I
that's
love music. I love music. It makes you a better person every day. I think,
yeah,
listen to music, it's a connection there that's even on the when you're feeling lowest, you put some music on. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. No, it doesn't makes you feel better, but it just gives this good vibe about it. Music is great.
it does. It's amazing. And it's for me, it all has them kind of qualities, even if it's really angry music or it's really beautiful music in different ways.
Yeah.
But I kind of view it all as beautiful music, the music I love, you know. Um, and you know, it just helps relax. Even the most extreme angry music relaxes me because I just sit here smiling. I just love it, you know, and it's one of the greatest things ever, you
Do you cry easily, Martin?
know. Yeah, I've cried at yeah, my kind of films. When Karina was doing some a scene in the Beyond Mamushi, yeah, I felt really emotional watching her act. Yeah.
Wow.
Because the power that she puts in, they're already powerful, but Karina's power as an actor is scary. You know, she's absolutely amazing. And seeing how much she puts in, I felt really emotional because I go right back to the beginning with Karina 16 years ago. So seeing
Wow.
Karina over all those years in some of my films and watching her grow as an actor get into this stage, and it's just, yeah, it really, I kind of felt overcome for a second. Yeah, I remember that. And I was like,
Wow.
wow, you know, this is absolutely amazing. But yeah, I suppose, you know, I can watch films and kind of feel emotional about stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So I suppose, yeah, I do at times can cry kind of easily, yeah, at times.
Wow.
But I think that's a really good thing. What about you? Do you cry easily?
I do actually. I
You
do,
do?
however,
Okay.
I do. But I think for me, I cry like in very, let's say, unexpected situations. Literally, like, for example, if I see the emotions of other people, even if they don't see me, but if I see far away,
Right.
I can cry easily. If I
Okay.
see something, for example, animals, somebody hurting animals or anything that's,
Yeah, that really upsets me.
yeah, me too. It could be anything that someone take advantage of anything that it could be anything, could the other
Yeah.
person, or it's something that it gets me. If I feel the
Yeah.
emotion, not just that. For example, if I can see someone so happy with they achieved something or they married or anything, that gets me as well. So it depends. If I
Okay.
feel the real feeling there, it gets
Yeah.
me easily, easily.
Wow. I
Yeah.
think like I don't know. The two things that I cried the most
Yeah.
to is looking in the mirror. I think I cry then when I look at my own image and because I'm just completely disgusted. And
No.
and logging in and opening my bank account. I think I cry then at how absolutely pitiful it is. So I think those are the two number one
It's a
things. And then
different
it's
cry.
the, what's that?
It's a different cry. You feel more like angry than crying.
I don't cry angry, no. No, I just cry when I'm, feel like a kind of soppy at the end of a film,
Amazing.
or I could watch Fantasia and the Disney film and kind of cry, So there's so much, I mean, Disney's got that classic thing with the music where it wants to make you cry. It's quite clever the way it pulls
Mm,
on the heartstrings, the way it was done back then. But
totally.
yeah, I suppose I do, cry quite a lot. But yeah, the bank account's the number one thing, because I wish there was more bloody money in there.
Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. I'm going to say some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start with family,
Family, love,
money,
hate,
fear,
um, resilience,
life,
um, resilience,
love,
um, confusion,
religion,
um, interesting,
sex,
fire,
politics,
boredom,
friendship,
essential,
desire,
subjective,
regret,
hilarious,
success,
distance,
wish,
fabrication,
happiness.
self-made.
One word for London.
Uh,
Oh my God.
you wanted one word.
I love it. I love it.
London, no.
Okay. Too late, too late, too
I'll
late.
have to say beautiful. I'll have to say beautiful for London because no matter what it's gone through or what it is now, or it would always be beautiful London when you go out there and see it. It's an amazing city.
Okay, let's see what I'm gonna keep when I'm editing. Okay, the first or the second option. Okay, I'm
Okay.
joking.
So, well, it's entirely up to you. It's your show.
I'm joking. I'm just teasing you now, right now. One word for England.
Um, uh, interesting. I'd have to say interesting, you know.
Okay.
I haven't seen enough of it because I haven't really traveled around a lot, but there's places I've never been to York before and places like that. So there's lots of places I'd love to go and see these places, you know. Um, so yeah, it is interesting. It's a very interesting place.
For sure.
Definitely, you know.
One word for writer.
Writer, hmm, self-encapsulated.
Wow, that's an interesting word. One word for music.
Essential.
That one's very easy. And the last one now, Kate Bush, one word.
Um, mesmerizing.
Beautiful. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friends. Define Martin in one positive and one negative word only, what they would say about you.
Okay. One positive word. Um, probably creative,
Okay?
you know. A negative word.
What's your star sign astrology, Martin?
Pisces.
My God, Pisces, they are very. My mom is Pisces, actually. My mom is Pisces. So your birthday was not long ago.
Yeah, it was early last month, yeah.
Wow. 8th of March?
No. Try again?
8th or 9th?
No. 12.
12. Okay. My
Yeah.
mom was the 9th. Very close.
Okay, it's very nice.
Let's play now Martin and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But hey, before you ask me the question, tell me what music has taught you so far.
It's taught me to be a lot more placid. Um, and it helps in fixing problems,
Mhm.
music, you know, inadvertently it helps in a lot of things like that. So it's not just used to listen to and to relax and to chill to. It has so many other kind of qualities, you know. Um, so yeah, it's taught me to kind of be a better person.
Mhm.
Definitely music, yeah. It's therapy almost to a point, you know.
Beautiful.
It has that music.
Totally.
It's that deep and amazing.
Okay, Martin, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, it's something really obvious, you know. So what album by an artist do you dislike the most, and why do you dislike it?
Oh, I don't. It's a difficult question because I like every music I listen to.
There must be one. There must be one artist that you just that gets on your nerves that you don't like.
Okay, I'm gonna answer very. I'm gonna be very honest to you right now. As I mentioned before, I love music, I love artists, I love the industry.
Right.
However, there is a, let's say, a genre of music that not, it's not that I don't like it. It's just because I don't connect with it somehow, and
Okay.
I feel amazed when I see people. For example, okay, I'm gonna tell you, it's about very heavy rock music, like heavy music,
Right.
rock, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's interesting because not that I don't like it, it's just because when I listen to it, I don't know, it's because of the sound, because of the lyrics, I don't understand very much because of very strong lyrics. I just don't understand it. Somehow I don't connect with the music.
Right.
However, when I see people listen to it and they go into it and I can see their passion, I love
Yeah.
to appreciate that. For example,
Yeah.
I went to the cinema a few like last month, and I went to the O2 Arena, yeah, and I'm sure it was a concert that was like rock music because I could see people arriving full of tattoos and long hair, all of that. And I
Right.
loved to see those people coming to see the concert because the vibe I could see. And that's what I mean. And that's I don't like it. I just don't connect it easily because I don't understand or I don't get the vibe of it. However, I love when I see people enjoying it, I can get the vibe. But if I would go to a concert and I would feel lost because I don't understand, there's something to have there that for me, I just don't get it. But
Okay.
not that I don't dislike it, it's just because somehow I don't connect with it. My answer, that will be my answer for you.
Okay, that's really, really good, you know.
Yeah.
That's really good, yeah. Because
But
I was going to ask what your favorite album, changed your life, but I thought, what about switching it around to something that you don't like? I was thinking that maybe, more difficult to answer because there is but obviously
I
you
love it.
answered that really well. Yeah, that's very good.
But now I'm gonna answer as well my favorite album, if I may.
And what changed you? Yeah, what album changed
Okay,
you?
so again, for me, growing up in the 80s back in Brazil, I remember my dad is a truck driver, and my dad
Right.
he was sometimes on my school holidays. I was driving. He was taking me some of his trips, and he was listening to all these big 80s icon like Elton John, Madonna, Billy Idol,
Yeah.
Prince, all those like ABBA as well, all those big stars. And
Okay.
for me at the time, I was child, I couldn't speak English, I couldn't understand the language, but the vibe of it, the sound of it, I
Right.
loved it. So for me, any album of the 80s, for me, it gets me. I have a tendency to go close to the 80s. Kate Bush, for example, there's this two song that when I will listen to her actually yesterday,
Yeah.
and her melody of the two biggest one that she's one of the big hits she has, and
Yeah.
I love her the sound of her voice, the tone of it. It's just so peaceful. It's beautiful.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, any album of the 80s for me gets me straight away for sure.
Wow. It's really good. That's
Did
good.
you
Yeah.
did you enjoy the
Yeah.
interview?
Yeah. Yeah. It's really good. The most different interview I've ever done.
Beautiful. I
Very,
like
very
this.
different. I'd say it's like very unique, It's very unique. No one does the interview style like yourself.
Thank you.
You've got something there which other people don't do. It's actually really good because it gets out stuff as
Mhm.
well and
Thank
doesn't,
you.
obviously speaks more about the person who made the film other than the film. But there's
Totally.
kind of parts about the film in there briefly. But
Totally.
yeah, really good. Really enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for having me.
Thanks, Martin. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for being so kind and accepting the invitation as well. It was a
That's all
pleasure
right.
to have you here. I love to see passionate people here. I love to see people expressing their passion here. So I appreciate your time for sure.
That's all right.
Before you go, you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Um, Probably for people to keep positive because especially the world we live in now, what's going on in the world at the moment, which is just an absolute mess and it's scary and stuff. It's a scary world we live in.
Yeah,
What kind of wars going on and just horror happening, just for people to try and stay positive. It's not easy because people are on edge, a lot of people on edge now. But yeah, that's what I'd say. Just try. I would try to stay positive. I wouldn't say stay positive because who am I to dictate to anybody? I just say, at least try your best.
totally. And actually, before we finish the interview, back to the word association game. One word for your movie that just finished right now. If you could define in one word, what that would be?
Yomamushi,
Yeah?
um, masterpiece.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I would say that though, wouldn't I? So,
Totally.
oh, yeah. So yeah, I
Okay,
could,
Mark.
appreciate that.
Amazing.
So yeah, and thanks for the interview. It's great stuff, man. Really, really
Thanks so
good.
much. Have a
Yeah.
great evening. Keep in touch, okay? It was a pleasure having you on the show, okay?
Thank you very
Take care.
much. See you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.